Hello everyone and welcome to HD Commentary. In this video I'm going to teach you how to become a better player in League of Legends, since dodging skill shots is probably one of the most essential tools to get higher up in your rankings. It's relatively easy to learn and will have fast results in play, so don't go anywhere because after this video you will be one of the better players in League of Legends. So let's quickly go over the content of this video. Firstly, we're going to be talking about what the advantages are of this mechanic, so that you know how valuable it is to know how to dodge skill shots. Then we're going to go over how to actually dodge your skill shots, and finally I will give you some tips and a short recap about the video. Dodging skill shots has a lot of advantages. Let me list a few. Firstly, you won't get caught that easily, which means you won't get hooked, you won't get Morgana snared, you won't get crowd controlled when you're just walking around, so that's really nice, or when you're just starting a team fight. So in that way, it is really important to know how to dodge your skill shots because you won't die that easily. Secondly, you won't lose the lane that easily since you know how to dodge skill shots. So it will assist a lot in winning the lane. If you know how to dodge a stun or a blitzcrank hook, it's amazing. And thirdly, you will receive less damage and catch less crowd control in team fights. Let me teach you the ways of dodging skill shots. There are several things involved in dodging skill shots. Firstly, prediction, very important. Predicting skill shots might mean you don't have to dodge it at all. That's something I like to say. First of all, if you have a blitzcrank walking up to you, what do? You know, you can just stand there and wait before he hooks. Or you can predict the hook, and that's pretty easy, generally, and do the opposite of what you think he would do. So if he hooks to the left, like, if that's very obvious that he will do that. Like, you're walking to the left a lot, and the blitzcrank walking up to you from below. Now, he probably hooks to the left, but if you just stand still or move to the right, you don't have to dodge because he's gonna miss it. That's basically the thing about prediction, and you're gonna learn this as you get knowledge of the game. So this requires a lot of experience before being able to do this. You need to know what the skills do, what generally happens when people shoot skill shots. So it's important to have the knowledge of the game, to know the champions you're playing against in order to predict where he's gonna shoot his skill shots. But once you know, it's gonna be a very effective tool on dodging skill shots, since he will probably miss a skill shot if you already predict a little bit where he's gonna put it. So this is not 100% risk-free, of course. You might fuck up and you might get hooked because of it, because you're already walking the wrong way. However, it's just something post-dodging. So it's before you actually dodge. So it's really nice to have this under control. Like, move very inconsistently and make sure he doesn't predict where you're walking. So just walk very unpredictable. That's basically the thing. Secondly, the most important thing about dodging skill shots is reflexes. Now, this is something that is probably one of the most important things, since dodging skill shots requires a lot of reflex. You know, a blitzcrank hook goes really fast, and if you have to dodge it, just think about it. You know, the blitzcrank hook already shoots on your character. What are you gonna do? Your reflexes have to be so fast in order to do something about it. So it requires a lot of fast thinking and fast response times. Now, in order to improve your reflexes, you have several tools on the internet. You can just Google it, reflex tester or something, and you press a button whenever something appears on the screen. If you do this every day or something, you will definitely improve your reflexes. But not only that, also by playing League of Legends and other games. You know, reflexes are trained by gaming. Most of the games train your reflexes. So the more you play, the better reflexes you get. Also, things that might help are energy drinks. So caffeine is really good for your reflexes. More energy means more focus, means generally better dodging of skill shots and better reflexes. So things I would recommend you to do if you really want to play ranked: get hyper. It's important, you know, be aware and do whatever you need to do. Just be in the game. That's what you need to do. Now, one of the dodging mechanics is sidestep. A lot of people know sidestepping is very common sense. You basically choose a 90-degree angle for a perfect dodging chance. So if you have a blitzcrank coming from below, the thing you do is walk left or right, right? If you want to dodge a skill shot properly, you would do that. Or, because if you go up left, for instance, the chance that he hooks you is way higher. So if you really choose a 90-degree angle, it's really good. Now, I have a tip for you, and this might sound really stupid, but the thing I do with dodging skill shots is walk up. And this is probably really weird, but because of the lanes, walking up, so, or left, it really depends, but walking left or up always works for me. It's really stupid, but people don't understand that if you walk up, like if you're on the mid lane and someone shoots a hook at you, you just walk up. And for some reason, nobody hits the hooks, or nobody actually hits the skill shot. So walking around a lot is really important. Don't sit still in one position, because sidestepping is really easy if you're already walking. And my tip to you is walk up. So really try that. Whenever someone shoots, just click with your mouse, walk your character up, and it works. It really works, so just try that. Also, what you can do to dodge skill shots is use abilities and summoner spells. Using a flash to dodge 3 ultimates is totally worth it, so don't hesitate to not use your flash or your skills to dodge skill shot, because most of the time when you get hit by the skill shot, like, once again, a blitzcrank hook, you're dead, right? You just throw the game. You ruin the game for others because you're gonna die. They're gonna take advantage. You're gonna snowball the game. But if you just have flashed that hook, then, you're done. You won't get killed. You have the advantage. And once a blitzcrank has hooked, he basically has nothing. So you can just run into him and kill him and win the team fight. So one flash can really decide the team fight. And that's why dodging skill shots is so important. So don't hesitate to use your summoners and abilities. If you play Vayne, you have your tumble. This is a skill which dashes you to some place. Don't hesitate to use it. Don't use it for no reason. Keep it there. Be sure to have your tumble for whatever reason you need it. There's something I did in my previous video. I was chasing a Shen, tower diving, and I knew he had a taunt up. So I didn't want to use my tumble or my dash, because then it will go on cooldown and I would probably die. So what I did was don't use my tumble, wait before he taunts, and when he taunts, you use your tumble to dodge a skill shot, because it gives you a lot of movement speed. It's kind of a mini flash, so it's really useful. Also, movement speed is really important when it comes to dodging skill shots. So with this, I mean, people sometimes don't get boots in the lane, which is really stupid. Like, they delay the boots. And sometimes it's no problem to do this, especially when you're playing against something that doesn't have skill shots, or doesn't have stunts or something important skill shot. So then it's really okay to not use boots. But having boots against a blitzcrank or a thrash or a Leona is really important, because if you don't have boots, you won't have the movement speed to dodge skill shots. And sometimes it's even impossible to dodge skill shots without movement speed. Just the math around it doesn't make it possible for you to dodge a skill shot when you are having a low movement speed. So don't hesitate to get the boots early on when you're playing versus a blitzcrank. For instance, we're playing versus a Nidalee. Nidalee spears are really easy to dodge if you have movement speed, because there's no way she's gonna hit him. Same with a blitzcrank hook. It's really hard to predict where to hook when someone is moving so fast, because the abilities to walk somewhere are much broader, if you can say it like that. I don't know if it's even English, but yeah. Movement speed, don't hesitate to get it when you're playing versus something that has a strong skill shot, because it will definitely help you receive less damage and catch less crowd control in team fights, and it will assist in winning the lane. So don't hesitate about that. Now, that was it for dodging skill shots, and now I'm gonna give you some tips to remember, some tips and tricks, and I'm gonna have a small recap about the video. Expect the unexpected is one of my tips. So that's something like flash hooks for blitzcranks. You know, when you're just walking on the mid lane and the blitzcrank is relatively far away, there might be a chance they flash to you and he hooks you and you're dead. So don't be like, yeah, he's so far, I don't have to focus at all, I'm just walking around. No, really not. What you do is you always be focused, and whenever something happens, react quickly. So reaction time, reflexes is really essential in this scenario, and therefore expect the unexpected. So don't be easy on it. You know, you gotta be consistent, be focused. So that's also the second tip. Always be aware. Don't wander around like nothing can happen, because there's always a chance that something happens. So stay to your character. Don't put the camera somewhere else. Look at your character, see what's going on in your area. Have vision of everything, and then you probably won't get hooked that easy or catch. Don't tunnel on enemies. This is tunnel vision. For people that don't know that, that means that you focus on one thing, like killing an enemy, for instance, but you don't see the things around it. Tunneling on your enemies means that you probably won't dodge any skill shot because you're not even looking at it. All you're looking at is one thing. So not tunneling on your enemies is really important, but what you have to do is tunnel on your positioning. And this is something that's important for all AD carries. Tunneling on your positioning. Your positioning is everything in League of Legends. So if you have good positioning, you probably don't even have to dodge skill shots. And if you have to, you know, you're looking at your position, so it's really easy to dodge your shit when you're focusing on your own character instead of focusing on someone else. Another tip, stay hyper. That's what I said earlier. Have a lot of energy makes it easier for you to dodge skill shots. So don't hesitate to take that coffee or something when you're going into an important ranked game, because most likely it will really help you in your game, and it might just win the game for you. So don't hesitate. Be hyper. Try hard is my next tip. Have the right attitude to do this. Don't go in a game and be like, oh, well, I'm just going to be playing a game and I'll see how it goes. No. What you have to do is you go in the game and you say to yourself, all right, I'm going to play this game and I'm going to own the shit out of it. I'm going to try hard and win this game. I'm going to dodge all the skill shots I can and focus hard. It's important. It's really important. If you don't focus on the game, if you don't focus on what you're doing and you're just playing the game without actually trying to win, you're not going to get anywhere. So try to dodge your skill shot. Really try. Get your brain around it. Think about it. Don't just play without a brain, because that's stupid. Keep thinking and have the right attitude. Alright? Well, thank you for watching. This was actually the end of the commentary and the end of this guide. I hope you guys liked it. A tip I can give you is try to play one champion for around 20 games. Be sure to master a champion, and then you can actually start training this mechanic, because you need to know how the character works before you actually start trying this mechanic. Because you have to have the feeling of your champion. You gotta know your limits. You gotta know what you gotta do with your champion. But once you know that, you can start learning this mechanic. Like I said, a nice tip for you is try to walk up. Keep that 90 degrees angle in there, because it helps you a lot with dodging skill shots. Keep predicting your skill shots. Train your reflexes with tools on the internet. It helps. Really, it helps. It's really good. And don't hesitate to use your abilities or summoners. Alright? Well, thank you for watching this guide. I hope you guys liked it. Be sure to rate and subscribe. Have a comment if you have any questions or any comments on this video. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you guys on the next video.